Hi students, it's me and I'm back with another lesson on expanding or multiplying out binomials. Today we're going to focus on two essential questions. What is a squared binomial and how do you expand it? We have seen squared binomials in other situations, such as in the vertex form. A squared binomial is any term that has been squared. Squaring a term is simply raising it to the power of 2. For example, x plus 3 squared is considered to be a squared term. How we handle it is no different than we do with a constant. 4 squared, for example, is 4 times 4. Let's take a look at an example and see how we handle this using the mathematics. So when you're given a problem such as x plus 3 quantity squared, we begin the process by rewriting it in its expanded form, x plus 3 times x plus 3. After we've done this part, we follow the same steps for expanding a binomial. You create a box, and that box is a 2 by 2 box. Along the top, I'm going to write x plus 3, and along the side, I'm going to write x plus 3. Next, I multiply the terms together to fill in each square. X times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. X times 3 is 3x. And 3 times 3 is 9. Next, I combine like terms. In this case, the like terms are the 3x. This leaves us with a final answer of x squared plus 6x plus 9. Let's take a look at two more examples just to be sure we have it down. Our next example has a coefficient or number in front of the x. That's not going to stop the process though. Step 1, write it out. What does it mean to square something? It means to multiply it by itself. Next, put each binomial, one across the top and one down the side. After you've set up your square or your box, it's time to fill in each square inside of the box. To get this value, remember you multiply the numbers that are on the side of each square. In this case, that would be 3 times 3 is 9, and x times x is x squared. 3x times 5 is 15x. 3x times 5 is 15x. And 5 times 5 is 25. Now that we've filled in the box, we need to check for like terms. There are two terms that are alike. 15x and 15x is 30x. 9x squared is going to lead this particular quadratic, and at the end we have our positive 25. Remember, I like to write my quadratic expressions in standard form, so highest exponent first, ending with the number that has no x attached. Let's take a look at just one more. This one is slightly different because, again, we see that we have this constant or number on the outside. We are going to save that 2 for the last step. Everything else still remains the same. So we begin by writing this out. 2 times x minus 5 times x minus 5. Setting up my box, x minus 5 along the top and x minus 5 along the side. Next, I need to fill in the inside of my box. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. And negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25. Combining like terms, we get a simplified quadratic that is x squared minus 10x plus 25. Now, don't rush to write your answer. We can't forget about that 2. How we handle it is we distribute it as our last step. Remember, distributing happens over addition and subtraction, and you multiply by the number that is outside of the parentheses. In this case, our final answer becomes 2x squared minus 20x plus 50. I hope this tutorial on how to work with squared binomials is helpful in helping you move forward in your quadratic studies.